What happens when a queen must choose between protecting her cubs and defying a ruthless king? In the Wild Kingdom, survival isn't just about strength, it's about sacrifice, instinct, and courage. This is the untold story of Queen Sumei, a lioness who risked everything to protect her legacy. The lion King Sakama has a majestic yet menacing presence. He can sense that his mate, Sumei, is pregnant again. But despite this, Sakama remains as ruthless as ever. His reign strikes fear into the hearts of every pride member. None dare cross him. His eldest son, Prince Kovu, made a grave mistake. He lingered too close to his mother, perhaps drawn by the changes in her scent as she neared birth. But Sakama saw it as disrespect. Without hesitation, he struck his own son, a brutal reminder of his merciless rule. Kovu wasn't being rebellious, just curious. But that moment cost him everything. Wounded and shunned, he was left to suffer in silence. None dared to help, not even his brothers. Under Sakama's oppressive gaze, compassion was forbidden. The once promising young prince had become a ghost in his own home. Queen Sumei, both a mother and leader, acted swiftly. To prevent further harm, she led Sakama away from the pride, calming his fury in her own way. She sacrificed her own dignity to buy her son peace. But for Kovu, the damage was done. He was exiled emotionally, a prince with no crown and no allies. Soon after, Sumei's time came. She slipped away from the pride, seeking solitude to safely give birth. A week later, nestled at the swamp's edge, she delivered twin cubs. Tiny, blind, and fragile, they were hope reborn. Yet peace would not last. Young lions from the northern pride, curious and reckless, caught Sumei's scent. These northern cubs, though not malicious, followed their instinct and stumbled upon her hidden den. Sumei reacted quickly, trying to move the cubs to safety. She saved one, carrying him carefully in her jaws. But the other was not so lucky. The northern cubs, unaware of their strength, began to play with the remaining newborn. By the time Sumei returned, it was too late. The second cub was gone. And worse, the first one had been discovered too. Both twins, her sons, were dead. In that moment, Sumei buried her grief deep inside. There was no time for mourning. Survival came first. The land was changing. With the grasslands fading, the Great Migration began. Animals moved north in search of water. But Sakama's pride, leaderless in heart, remained behind, scavenging and struggling. Sakama had abandoned them. And Sumei, filled with grief, began her long return. Her only goal now, to reunite with her pride and lead them back to life. Alone and vulnerable, Sumei's scent revealed her fertility. Not by choice, but by nature. It wasn't long before danger returned in the form of two rogue lions, Barrett and his brother Chris. Barrett approached her, recognizing the meaning behind her scent. Sumei didn't want this, but rejection could mean death. Just as tension reached its peak, Sakama returned. He had been searching for her, and found her in the worst moment. The air was thick with hostility. Would Sakama defend her or punish her? Sumei stood between her past and her future. One paw in fear, the other in resolve. But this time, she wasn't alone. Kovu had returned. Silent, scarred, but no longer afraid. He had watched from the distance for weeks, tracking his mother's path. When he saw the rogues closing in, something awakened inside him. Not rebellion, but purpose. The prince who had been cast out now stood between his mother and danger. Barrett growled, amused by the young lion's boldness. But Kovu didn't flinch. His father's cruelty had forged something stronger than fear, will. Sakama watched his son, and for the first time, hesitated. Could it be pride? The tension snapped like a branch in the wind. Barrett lunged, but he never reached Sumei. Kovu intercepted him mid-air. The battle was brutal, primal. And when it ended, Barrett lay wounded and retreating. Chris followed his brother without a word. Kovu stood beside his mother. Not a word spoken, but everything understood. The circle had closed. A fallen prince had risen. A forgotten mother had endured. And the Lion King who ruled by fear now saw his throne tremble, not from outside enemies, but from the spirit he had tried to crush. If this story gripped your heart, Share it with someone who loves tales of strength and redemption. Subscribe for the next chapter in this powerful saga of lions, legacy, and loyalty. The wild is just beginning to roar.